The next stop on David's list was in Las Cruces, New Mexico at Primecare Orthotics and Prosthetics. He was able to sit down with Eddie Zepeda, and Eddie was able to give his background and explain the things that Primecare does maybe a little bit differently, especially in the area where a lot of people have to travel to him. He seems like a pretty cool guy and reminds me of a prosthetist I worked with for a long time that just really cared about what he does. So really enjoyed putting this conversation together.
So you said you've been a CPO for 21 years?
21 years, 2005.
And how did you get involved? Who introduced you to the field?
So my neighbor.
Your neighbor. Was he an amputee or just a clinician?
An amputee and a clinician.
Oh, wow. Those are my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. So my father and I, we did construction at the time. And he hired us to go do some work at his home.
Uh-huh.
I was like 10 years old
wow.
when I worked for him at his house. Whenever I turned 15, he offered me a job at his clinic, cleaning, doing...
Yeah, starting your way up from the bottom. Yeah.
Right. And the rest is history, man. Primecare has been around since 2009, April 1st, 2009. Okay,
Wow.
We started here in Las Cruces. Man, we've evolved. We try to stay on top of new technology without hurting kind of like the old ways, like keep making sure that whatever's coming out new is still is actually working, not just because it's new, it's better. So I'll wait a little bit before I actually go and immerse myself into new technology.
Yeah.
3D printing, for example, I think we've been doing about close to a year now. Man, streamline, it makes it nice. So the fittings are good. Whenever we've done the Unileg, it's like you say, coexisting with 3D printing is really nice. How you're able to do check socket fittings, have the patient just fiberglass it up, have them take it, and then come back, duplicate it, send it to you, get it done. Something that I would like to highlight would be that we take each case and really try to be different for them. So, example, this patient that travels, I have a gentleman that comes 2.5 hours away. We're gonna schedule our day to him.
Yep.
We do that often, like we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, okay, well, this is what I do on Mondays and da da da. Now it's like, okay, what do you need, and how can we make this work for you?
Yeah.
So whenever we see patients that are coming, I mean, it means a lot, honestly, for people to travel to come see us. It means a lot, and I try to show that that gratitude to the patients. Patients that come here, they're already going through a lot, man. So we really pride ourselves in making sure that patients are taken care of. They become like family.
Yep.
That's something that I go for. All my patients have my cell phone number. They text me.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's what we do.
So when did you hear about the Unileg, and what did you first think about it?
Okay, the patient came to me. She showed me a video, one of your guys' videos, and I just called you guys. It was pretty straightforward. It was completely different. I've done here in our clinic, we do the direct socket, which is kind of...
Is that Oser direct socket?
Oser direct socket. Initially, I didn't believe in it.
Yep.
I'm like, it's not gonna work. But you know what? On some patients, and well, on a lot of patients, it works really well.
Yeah.
I got really good at it. Initially, I was very hesitant because to be fabricating something onto the patient. But now, I learned from that. So I said, okay, if that works, this is totally different. No pylon, no this, no that. They got to have a system, or they're telling me they have a system. Let's give it a try. So I keep an open mind. I'll try anything as long as it makes sense, and obviously no risk for the patient.
Yep.
So we tried it, and 2 patients that I fit, they told me, and this is quote, "This feels like I have an ankle."
Wow.
And it was two patients back to back that said that, and I was very surprised. So the first patient fitting was crazy. The lady was crying, how light it was. And I don't know, I mean, the way she said that it felt like she had an actual ankle.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But she got her first prosthetic 2 years ago, and she was in a Proflex XC. So you can
Yeah,
think
that's
of
what I came out of.
the
Yeah.
rigidity, the dynamic response, and then going to, whoa, my foot is flexing, like there's that plantar flexion.
Yeah.
No force or no kickback when going into plantar flexion, and just getting to a foot flat a lot quicker, and then having that dynamic response. I think that was that was what made her say or made her feel like she had that
Ankle again,
ankle.
yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, it was pretty amazing.
Who would you think would be a good candidate for Unileg?
I would say somebody who has been in the prosthetic socket for at least a year without needing to be replaced.
Yeah.
Stable residual limb. I could say so many year amputee. However, everybody's different. If they're losing weight, doing all that. So as long as they're stable,
Yeah.
as long as their limb is stable, they don't have to keep. They haven't been having to add more and more prosthetic socks. There's no active reduction going on. That would be number one. From there, I mean, really, with my experience of what I've seen up till now, that's about it.
Yeah.
Because I have a patient who is not like super. Her activity level is not extremely high, and she loves it because of how light it is.
Yep.
And this is her main everyday prosthetic because of how light it is and the flexibility of the foot.
Yeah.
So she used to be in other components, and now she has decided to be in this every single day.
Any other benefits to you as a clinician of our workflow? Turnaround time, reduced labor, anything you can think of?
Yeah, definitely. So here I can say a lot. It's getting harder to hire technicians, man.
Yes, it is.
Like you cannot hire, like you can't get hardly any technicians anymore.
Nope.
And to train one, geez.
You're investing 2-3 years to get a decent technician.
So that they can just leave you.
And go for some more money, yeah.
Being able to just scan for the 3D printed socket that I'm fabricating, the check socket, put it together, scan again, send it out, get it fabricated without having all these people having to be involved in it is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Are you using the app and the iPhone to scan?
Right.
You don't have a different scanner for?
No,
Okay.
I'm with the 3D printing that I'm doing now, along with yours. It's through my phone.
Yeah.
I find that very crazy simple.
Yep.
I mean, it's very, very easy.
Everyone has an iPhone already, so.
Everybody, yeah, and it's fast and it works. It works great.
As you may imagine, many clinicians are still skeptical. What would you say to a clinician who is interested in what we were doing, but a little hesitant to try it out?
Just try it.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Give
I mean,
one patient a shot.
your guys' trial period or the initial patient that you have. I mean, there's nothing to lose. I mean, there's nothing to lose.
Yeah, I think else you want to include in reference to the CPO clinical perspective.
I'm with you in that I think a lot of the process of the fabrication process is going to be replaced by 3D printing or some type of AI in our lifetime. And getting into this a little bit sooner than later is going to be your best bet, especially on the practitioners that have been doing this not so long, a couple of years in, or even up to 10 years in. You're gonna have to learn one way or the other.